Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to the daily draw. This is a collective reading where we find out what it is that Spirit needs you to know most today. When I pulled these two decks out, the card on the bottom of this deck was the Ace of Pentacles, and on the bottom of the Oracle deck, it says the energy is gaining momentum. So a new financial beginning may be in store for you. Also, new thought processes. The Ace of Swords here and the Page of Cups that just fell out. Let me grab that just a moment. Okay, the Oracle deck we are using today is the Moonology Oracle deck. If it is available in the TikTok shop, it will be linked below. There are birds flying like crazy outside my window, so birds may be significant for this collective. Right there. Also, the moon may be significant for this collective. A new romantic cycle begins. We have the Page of Cups here as well. And sometimes the Page of Cups can bring a new message or offer of love as well. This is bringing you solutions in new ways. This is things coming about in a very intuitive fashion, things that you would not have perhaps thought of for yourself, but things that were necessary for your growth. It was 1, 2, 3 on the timer. So you're being asked really to take this new falling in love with life approach to things and step forward with that as your thought process, and that with your foundation of how you move through things in the world moving forward. It's really going to help you fulfill things that you didn't know you were even missing. Cancer energy may also be significant. The moon is going to be significant. We're using the Moonology Oracle cards as well as in the Chariot right here. Cancer is ruled by the moon as well, so there is heavy doses of moon energy. That's emotion, that's intuition, my dear friends. We also have Judgment and the Chariot. You allowing yourself to take control of your thought processes and truly have an attitude of gratitude and a zest for life, something that you're willing to fall in love with. It was 2, 2, 2 on the timer right there. That is going to be liberating for you. It's going to bring you tremendous freedom and liberation from things that had you stuck previously with really no way to get out. You may have felt like you were beating your head against a wall trying to accomplish the same things in different ways. There was a piece of the puzzle missing. There is going to be tremendous movement happening, and this really is going to propel you forward. Just a moment, we need to take a look at these crystals here in a second, but it's really going to propel you forward on your path. And you're going to wind up further on that path than you had any idea. You may feel like you've taken a step backwards or like you've really been in conflict with something. And there's a tremendous rebirth happening here for you. You just have to take it. I'm going to grab these cards. Actually, they're right here. And this is the card. Interesting. Epidote is something. Upgrade your version of you is what it says on the bottom of this card. So this is allowing you to grab the fragmented pieces of yourself that perhaps you were missing from a younger or past version of yourself. Pieces that fell away perhaps as you were doing some healing, some growing, and some evolving, and that as you've had time to reflect during this Mercury and Venus retrograde, because it's been a doozy, my dear friends, there may have been parts of yourself that you've been missing. And this is really allowing those things to come full circle and allowing you to integrate everything all in one. It was 4 minutes exactly on the timer right there, and it is 1:11 on my clock. That's a new beginning here in this earthly realm. The number 4 is very significant in the earthly realm, things of that nature. Epidote is a prismatic, earthy green aluminum silicate mineral. It is the get what you give stone, making good vibes even better. But be warned, if you bring Epidote into your world, be ready to bring it. Taurus energy may also be significant for this collective. If you're set on wallowing out, keep Epidote at a safe distance. Who needs it? Anyone putting in the work on themselves. It was 4, 4, 4 on the timer right there. When to use it, when you're looking to kick a bad habit, a bad friend, or a bad mood, and when you want to cast a spotlight on your weaknesses so you can work on them. So this is really allowing you to take all of those pieces and put back the parts of yourself that you have been missing, that you didn't maybe know that you were missing. There's going to be a tremendous roundabout balancing through this process. Turquoise is also popping out from this deck right here. Speak your truth. It's really allowing you to find your truth and then align your path with that. Pay attention to your intuition during this time. Those intuitive hits, even though they might not make sense, are really truly aligning you with exactly what it is that you need in your life. And being called back to this deck. Anything else, Spirit? Ooh, the Two of Wands, I believe. Let me see if there was anything else that fell. It was the Two of Wands, and it got a little bit ran over by the chair. So perhaps this is a journey that you're not quite ready to take. 5, 5, 5 on the timer. But the divine is really pushing you in a direction to leap towards what you love, what you desire to see. Articulate what it is that you want to see and the issues that you would like to work on. And those things are going to appear in your path. My dear friends, the only thing that we truly have control over in this life is our thought processes, our time, our energy, our will. This is a planet of free will. And what we choose to do with our will, our time, our energy, and our thoughts is what shapes our reality. So be willing to put in the effort, be willing to put in the work, and be willing to be truly liberated. As you allow the pieces and the parts of yourself to fall away that do not serve you, and you're not afraid to bring back some of the ones that perhaps you miss a little bit. Sometimes when we get to a point where we're healing so much, we think we don't need that version of ourselves anymore. It was just that we needed to heal that version of ourselves. Not that that wasn't fit for us, but just at that moment in time. So if there's things that you're being called back to, it is Venus retrograde. It is Mercury retrograde right now. It is a time for review, a time for analyzing, a time for reflection, a time to look at what is and is not working in our lives, review, edit, and refine. So do not be afraid to make changes, to step towards things that are different, that are out of your comfort zone, and be willing to work in a new way, to invent a completely new version of yourself with both the good and the bad. What the? I just work here. That was really weird the way that I paused that, but what they were drawing me to is this deck of cards over here. I am in control of my own happiness, and I choose to be joyful every day. And when I moved the card, I set it down over top of this. A new romantic cycle begins. Truly recognizing that you are in control of those choices. To wake up and make a conscious choice to be happy, to see the beauty, to live in gratitude is something that we get the opportunity to do every single day. Also, don't let your past hold you back. Be willing to break free. Be willing to explore that shadow side of you as well. It was 8:08 on the timer right there. I think that's where the good and the bad. The Chariot is also a card of duality. So be willing to explore those things. 2 different paths as well. The number 2 may also be significant for this collective. 1, 2... 1, 2. So there is sequencing. There is something that's building. I'm also getting very much hanged man energy from that. But it's about articulation, my dear friends. Speak your truth. Be willing to articulate the things that you desire to see in your world. And then see what truly changes when you start working with yourself and with the universe. Have a great day. You've got this. I love you.